Amazing, isn't it? How the landscape of college football can change in less than a month's time. Way back during the talking season, we were discussing this runaway freight train in the ACC and the SEC, even calling the college football playoff the Clemson-Alabama Invitational. There may still be some truth to that, but the reality is 3 full weeks into the college football season, we're getting a hint that there may be more teams involved. As many as 8 to 10 teams, in my opinion, have a chance to hoist that trophy at the end of the year. Problem is, only 4 get to go. What have we learned? Well, we've learned that in the Southeastern Conference's Western Division, Alabama, though it cruised yet again on the road at South Carolina over the weekend, will have a lot of navigating to do once they get into November. The game with LSU takes on a much greater appeal. Why? The success of Joe Burrow, whose Heisman odds went from 200 to 1 to 3 to 1 after his performance a week ago at Texas. Now, they took care of business this past weekend, and they're moving ahead into their conference schedule. How will they handle a full cup of success? Remember, he went for 471 yards, an incredible performance, with 3 touchdowns and a pick near his end zone, and a quarterback rating that was through the roof. The bottom line is Burrow is now a leader, and you can put his name along with Trevor Lawrence and Tua Tagovailoa as potential Heisman candidates. And oh, by the way, Jalen Hurts is still making them pay, albeit now in the Big 12 rather than the SEC. The Big 10 took lumps over the weekend. Michigan State, in a game I had, couldn't take care of business without an offense that kept stubbing its toe, and its grand defense could not stop a phenomenal freshman from San Bernardino, California. And now suddenly Arizona State is a freshman silver lining in the otherwise dreary Pac-12 race. Jaden Daniels made a huge name for himself, and Herm Edwards, a coach that most people never thought would be at the collegiate level, has now become the most successful coach out west, at least for the first month of the year. There's absolutely no doubt Ohio State remains a freight train, and jury's still out on Michigan. But Michigan State's defeat to Arizona State will have perhaps a lingering effect, and one that Brian Lewerke and company will have to overcome. When you look at this race, it is about the kingpins of the ACC and the kingpins of the SEC. And with that in mind, if you're like me and you want to see expansion, all hail the Southeastern Conference. May Georgia continue to win. May LSU get to November and be undefeated when they play in Tuscaloosa. And may Auburn give them an Iron Bowl they'll never forget at the end of the year. Because what we're staring at is the potential of 2, count them 2, SEC teams in the college football playoff. And dare I say, if other teams drop off, like Michigan State did this past week, between all of those other Power 5 conferences, could we be staring at 3 teams from the SEC fatigued league in your college football playoff? That will force the hand of everyone involved. It'll be time to go to 8 immediately. And yes, it's not a mirage. LSU's offense is for real. And Alabama will have a lot to deal with when Joe Burrow comes to town. Yes, it's 2 months away, but we're going to be talking about it between now and then. The only question is, can these teams that stand a full cup of success be as good the following week as they were when they lit it up and made everybody know that they mattered nationally? That's why we love college football. It brings anger, it brings bitterness, it brings angst. But oh, does it ever bring joy.